I don't think I'll ever get tired of that. It's just
Stop.
Yeah, there's such a lag from my end.
it's like, woo! I can't help myself every time. I'm only doing it to myself. No one else sees it. Thankfully.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Aussie Craft Distillers Shooting the Shit. We've been away for a little while. I think we've missed a couple of weeks due to, it's been raining and it's stuff. But we're here, and we're sans Crafty. He is somewhere, I believe, on the Hume, halfway between Melbourne and Sydney. We don't know whether we'll hear from him or not. Probably not. We don't really need him, so it's fine. We're joined tonight by Lucas from Newcastle Distilling. How you doing, mate?
Good, thank you, Luke. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us at the last minute. Yes.
Hey, Todd, to you as well. Hey, Todd.
Yeah.
Hello, Todd.
Very, very blessed to have you on with us tonight. otherwise, it was Luke and I interviewing the cricket in the corner.
My cricket's gone a little quiet. I think he's gone hibernating. Yeah, Steve's gone. I haven't heard from him in a little while, but you never know. He may rear his head and chirp up.
As I said, I make a good substitute teacher, so it's all good.
Well, we like to start with what's in your glass. So why don't we start with you, Lucas? What's in your glass?
So excuse the glassware because it was all last minute. But I've got my own Victor Hingston single malt tonight.
Bring it up. Show the camera. Bring it up.
That's the Victor Hingston happening.
Nice.
So that one is barrel number 4, but that's my personal collection.
Oh.
But I'm on barrel number 8 tonight, so it's
what's the
50,
difference between 4 and 8?
They're all single barrels, so they're all same recipe, same type of barrels. So all we're a mental blank. Seppeltsfield, 100-litre port, aged about 3 months extra. So there's about 3 months difference between 4 and 8.
Right.
But very different. This one's a lot lighter. 4's a lot darker.
Right.
Lot richer. They're both. I think this one is. What do we got? 60%, and the number 8's only 59. So, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they vary a little bit, but they go in the barrel about 62. So they come out whatever they come out.
Yeah. Whenever they're ready.
Yeah, we just cast strength. We don't dilute them. We just cast strength them.
Is that because you're lazy, or it's just better that way?
A little assistant over here. It's value for money, I guess. And might be a bit lazy sometimes.
Why mess with perfection? Just straight out of the barrel.
100%. So, we only get I think we get about 110 bottles or so ish.
Yeah, right.
So I think one batch we got 95, the other one we got 113 or something. So it varies. But anyway, that's what we're having. So just want a quick shout out to Dave and Carolyn down at Tassie, friends of ours. So g'day, guys.
There they are.
We go. Yeah, there they are.
Always the first to comment every episode.
Oh, really?
Every episode.
Probably down sitting at Cradle Mountain relaxing, no doubt.
I see their Facebook posts. I'm like, I'm not sure I like you. You've got it too good. Anyway, moving up. Todd.
Yes.
What's in your glass?
So my glass, I'm starting off with our friends from Black Snake.
Nice.
So
the
I really quite enjoy their agave spirits as opposed to tequilas. To be honest, they have a lot more flavour. So another big rabbit hole to fall down.
Oh yeah.
And then I just discovered tonight that I've polished off the last of my manly spirits.
Oh, you killed it.
Yeah, well, there was only a dribble, so I thought might as well have it before it turns into powder. What are you drinking, Lukey?
What am I? Well, I'm drinking the manly spirits. I got a bottle of the Coastal Stone. This is just tell me what.
I think it's their bourbon cask, isn't it?
It's the third batch.
Oh,
bourbon cask. Yep. Yeah. They reckon honey and pears, green fruits, and vanilla spice.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's quite nice, and I like the little stone topper. So it's unnecessary, but it's cool, and I like I do like the feely bottle. You just want to rub it.
Now I have an empty bottle. I'm not too sure what to do with it. It's too good to just throw out in the recycling, that one. So
yeah, it is. It's interesting. Some bottles are just ones you go, I really want to keep that, but I have no need and no purpose for it whatsoever. What do you do with your killed bottles?
Me?
You keep them?
No, most of them we just recycle.
Yep.
So it's depends. I guess if I've got my own bottle, I'll refill it for myself. But it's the advantage of owning a distillery, I guess.
It is.
But it's one of the few.
Yeah, so you can fill up whenever you like. Do you just pick a barrel and fill it from there, or do you? Are there certain barrels that you allow yourself to?
No, if we're emptying a barrel, I have to then know what it's like. So, have to make sure we have a sample bottle at home. Hence why I've got number 4 there still. Finished the other one of them. Might touch that again soon, but.
So how many releases have you got?
So we're up to number 9 at the moment. So we've done of the Victor. So we do as it's single barrels, and we don't bother opening a barrel until we sell a barrel. So we just sell it out, and then we'll open the next one and try and keep it as long as we can. And we've got 3 other expressions we've done, just small batch, 25, 50 liters on a grey label, different label than that. So I think we did a couple with AWAS back in the day, and then a couple of private label ones and stuff. So, but mostly just the Victor at the moment.
Yeah, right. And tell us about the name, because I have not done my research.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to explain it to me.
Oh, of course.
Give me the story.
So it's named after my grandfather. So my grandfather pretty much raised me. So I grew up without a dad. So he was my guru / mentor. Worked hard, run his own business. Always had my back. So when he passed away, I always said to him just before he passed that I'd do something cool for him one day, hopefully. And at that stage, I was not distilling. I was, but not commercially. So I didn't know what that special thing was going to be. And then one day we had the opportunity. I thought, what? Perfect opportunity. Make the one product I love the most and call it after him. So, yeah.
It's a fitting tribute.
Yeah. And I reckon it's a cool name. So I reckon it is anyway. Something different. So, yeah. And our other
so you've done 9 releases of that?
Yes, correct. We're on
2017.
Yeah. So we did our first batches in 2017, and our first one was just under 3 years old. So, and we've just been, but we've had to don't forget, in the last 5 years we've moved 4 times. So we're definitely nomads. So it's been a bit of a slow process.
Right. But, that's certainly something I'd be interested to find out more. How do you go about moving a distillery and a bond store?
Don't find a spot and stay there.
The strongest recommendation.
Yeah. Honestly, for moving every 12 months, being in one spot, it takes 6 months to move somewhere else. So to get back to full production, and we're actually, it's funny you asked that, because we're actually just about to move again.
Was that 5th time lucky?
Yeah. So this is for good reasons. So it's, we found a much better premises, but better location in the heart of Newcastle. So
right,
that's the big shed photo on Facebook.
Correct. Yeah. So we're gonna have a shipping container bar next door and an outdoor beer garden, and
it looks the business. So, I did put my request up to my master distiller that he needs to pull finger and get a shed like that.
I think he would love to have a shed like that.
Oh,
it's good and bad. It's good and bad. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
but it's
so is having a shed that's a little bit small. I must put it out there,
because you've got to squeeze in,
move everything 3 times to get to something.
Yeah. So. And just don't bend over in front of Crafty, or he might,
banned it for that.
Damn it! Why isn't he here?
I know. It's disappointing. There is a lot of love coming for your for the Victor casks.
It seems to be. I'm watching Prestige, and
so I remember reading that the original Victor casks were traveling from Newcastle to the Snowies, then back. Is that still the case?
That's too cold down there.
Yeah, so.
Now our original 10 barrels were all made down there at the Snowies, and then they did a bit of travelling around. But everything from that point has been produced in Newcastle.
Yeah, right.
So very, very different climate. So very different whiskey in a good way.
So it's obviously warmer, given that it's not in the Snowies, which sort of does what it says on the box. What else is unique about the Newcastle climate? What sort of climate are you getting there?
We're getting like massive fluctuations. So like last summer, I think it was, we were getting in our shed over 45 degrees in the shed. Even with full flow air and everything, it was bloody hot. And then in wintertime, we're getting -2 in our shed. So it's a pretty big fluctuation.
Yeah.
But it's a consistent fluctuation though. So don't get like hot mornings, cold nights. It's sort of like consistent all day.
Right.
You know what I mean? It'll drop a bit, but like during the day, it's not that much colder than it is at night. It's just it's sort of consistent 5-degree difference.
Yeah.
So
and how close to the coast are you as well? Is there much of a coastal influence there?
As the crow flies, probably 5 k's from the coast.
Yep.
So not really. I don't think the coastal gives it a huge influence, to be honest. Not in our shed that we're in, but the one we're moving to definitely will, because it's about 200 meters from the water. So,
oh wow!
Yeah. So it's should make a big difference, I think.
Well, that'll be interesting. We'll
find out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, we know that a lot of Scottish distilleries that are right on the water, they always end up having that brininess to them. Whether that will come across or be interesting to see. Are there any? I don't know of any other Australian distilleries that are right on the beach.
I think Manly's probably the closest that I know of.
The closest,
but they're not even really on the beach either. But like we've got 4 sites. So we're keeping the warehouse we're in where they are now. Just keeping it as a warehouse only.
Right.
Not doing any production there. So and then we've got one at Warners Bay, which we're going to do some stuff, and we've got the Hunter Valley, which we're going to do some stuff. So it's like have barrels aging in all 4 spots, so they're all going to be slightly different. It should be good, if we come to blending time and stuff like that. It should be interesting.
Yeah, right. Does that mean you can still call it a single malt when you blend from 4 different locations, even though they're all your own?
Well, they're all going to be produced in the one spot, so they're all going to be distilled in the same facility. They're just going to be stored at 4 different locations.
Yeah.
So I would say yes, but someone's probably going to go off at me for saying that. No, it's not technically right.
Well, I think the definition of a single malt is still loose for a lot of people.
If it's going through the same still in the same distillery, it would still be classed as single malt.
Yeah, for sure. That's my take on it as well.
Yeah.
Right. Where that gets murky is if you.
By the way, all of these things I'm putting up while you're talking are distilleries in Australia that are close to the water.
Yeah.
Ah, right. There you go.
Fanny's Bay, Fleurieu.
Yeah.
These guys.
Oh, we're going.
At least someone knows the industry. Fuck.
I'm going to Fanny's Bay next week. I can't wait.
Well.
Yeah.
So where is that? That's down in Tassie.
Yeah, in Tassie. Yeah. So
it's
north. Yeah, near Launceston, I think.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Edge of the world.
I missed out. I was in Launceston a few months ago, and I missed out going to any of the distilleries up north. I did manage to get to Hobart, which was certainly an experience. I may have drank way too much whilst there, whilst doing this podcast. And I think it was... one
of our more interesting podcasts.
Pretty loose.
Two people were having their own little party in the corner while the rest of us were working.
Yeah, fair enough. I was on holiday.
I wonder who those two were.
So tell us about your background. Where did you've been distilling for quite a while, 20 years, what I read on the website. Tell us about your distilling journey.
So just like a lot of us, we started at home. So found a little tiny still at the garage sale for $20. Had a guy with no front teeth telling me how to distill, and
that's how you know he knows what he's talking about.
Well, yeah, I don't remember the next 12 months, but no, I'm kidding. It was pretty. Yeah, no, the first 2 batches I made were horrible. The most disgusting things I've ever drank. So I was a bit turned off by it. But then I ran into a guy at a home brew shop who did a lot of distilling, and he just gave me a few little pointers. And pretty much been doing it ever since. So at least once a fortnight, doing a little little run.
Yep.
For the last 20 years. And then 8 years ago now? What time? When was it? 2016, 15. 2015, I went to out to Dobson's, Steve Dobson, and me and Jeff from down in Tassie, and we went and did a bit of a internship, so to speak. A bit like Todd's been doing for the last 3 years.
It's been a long internship, I can tell you.
Yeah.
We've got another 5 years to go yet.
Fortunately, Steve wasn't as much of a slave driver as Crafty, so it's all right.
No, he's good.
And then, just went from there and moved down to Cooma. So one of my good friends got killed and was always putting it off. And he said to me the week before, he goes, "Life's too short, chase your dream." And then he died in a car accident the following week.
Fuck.
So I was just like, okay. So that same day, put my resignation in from the job I hated and just moved down to Cooma. So and it started the ball rolling. That was 2016, 17, Christmas time. Yeah, and just been plodding along ever since. So I moved a few times.
Moved a few times in that time. Certainly sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well, Prestige, wondering what was the first thing that you made?
Vodka. So before we released a product on the market, I did 82 batches of vodka. Before
82 batches of vodka.
Before I was satisfied.
And what differed between those batches?
Recipes, process, equipment. That was probably the main thing, actually.
Yeah, right.
He's using pretty crappy equipment. and then got onto a nice little column still, which I still have today, still use today actually. And just kept refining it. Most of them were pretty good, but it just wasn't what I wanted. And I think the hardest part about that was I didn't know what I wanted until I found it. I literally had no idea. I was like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what want my product to taste like, because I wasn't a massive drinker at that stage, and had been previously, but not then. So I just kept trying, and one day it just clicked and went, "Yep, that's the one."
And is that with all grain or?
No, so it's like a sugar wash
through that experimentation process. So sugar wash, right?
Yeah. But it's more about the water we use, the ratios, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, we've done grain, we've done corn, we've done one with rice hulls, like a whole bunch of different stuff to try. Did ones with apple bases, wine bases. Yeah, tried everything really.
Right.
Had a lot of time because it took nearly a year for our DA to get approved. So I had a lot of time to tinker. Yeah. So, and then just one day, literally tasted the hearts of it and went, bang, that's it.
Right.
So, and we just sort of kept doing this.
And then going through what's your filtration process like once you've got your perfect recipe? It's coming off the still tasting fantastic. Are you doing extra filtration on top of that, or?
Yeah. So we vodka wise, we do that. We distill 3 times. So we strip it and then column still, and then filter it twice. So just through activated carbon. So it's nothing too fancy, but just a little gravity fed system we built, and does about 100 liters at a time over about half a day. So it's pretty slow.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and we just
slow and slow.
do it. And then obviously with whiskey and rum, we don't filter it at all. So it just comes straight off the still. But yeah, that was number 1, and then we made gin, our bathtub gin. That was number 2, and then our moonshine, which is our first real sort of experimenting with a whiskey type product. And just stuck with that for a while, and then for about a year before we actually started making whiskey. So we were pretty lucky. I think we were the second or third ever customer for Voyager when they first started.
Oh wow!
So I rang Stu and said, I've heard about your malt from someone.
Yeah.
And begged for a pallet. And I've been begging him ever since. So he's been looking after me. But so he's always been good to us because we were there early, and it's good.
So the moonshine that you've obviously still got available on the website. So how long is that aged for to get that color?
Varies. It's only short. It's only like 3 to 6 months. So it's not a big age. We don't really want a lot of flavor from the aging. It's more about the color.
Yeah, right.
Because the product is the raw product is really nice.
Okay.
So we have sold it before unaged, but it just seems more popular when it's aged. So it gives that a little bit of character, because it's a corn spirit, so it's quite simple.
Yep. Okay.
So without any other characters, it's a bit, it's plain, but it's good. But
so it's sort of it's obviously bourbon style.
Correct. Yeah. That's the sort of aim we've gone towards. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just
and is that the way you've gone for all the spirits are corn based?
No, it's just that. That's the only one.
Just that one.
Yeah. So our gins are all based on our vodka. Our moonshine's corn. Our sparrowjack, which is like a rum, but not rum, is the same deal with it. It's the same as the moonshine, same deal, short aged, but it's a treacle, made with treacle rather than molasses.
Right.
And then obviously we've got the Victor and we've got a rum as well that we make, which are again the Victor's lightly peated, and the rum's the same as the sparrowjack, but just age longer.
Right. And so the process of using treacle is the same as using molasses?
Pretty much, except the main difference is your neighbours don't complain about your distillery smelling like death when it's fermenting. True story. So when I was in Cooma, I was fermenting before we opened. I was fermenting a couple of batches in my garage, and the neighbours rang the cops because they thought there was a dead body in my garage.
Right.
So the cops turned up and they thought it was hilarious, but it was it was disgusting. So I'd hate to live near like Bundaberg rum factory or something. It'd be horrible. But the product tasted good. The end product tasted great.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I don't know whether we just got a bad batch or I've just been turned off ever since. So
wow.
Yeah.
You know, I can do without that. That's fine.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm really interested to find out more about is the mist.
Oh yes, yeah.
So
it's pretty.
I've just ordered my bottle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sitting in your inbox. I should have ordered some moonshine as well. I'll place another order for that one.
We can sort you.
Nice. But black truffle gin.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
It is amazing. It's not just sounding amazing. It's like it's one of my favorite things I've ever made. Like it's just
right.
It's crazy. So it literally is the first black gin in the world. Other places say, "Oh, we're the first black gin," but they're not. We are. So they can eat a dick. It's been this is our 5th year we've made it. So
yeah, right.
It's, but we only ever did. I think the most we've ever made is 150 bottles. So it's not per batch. So it's not a big product. So we don't go crazy.
Yeah.
But truffles are also $3,000 a kilo. So
yeah.
Like the ones we get, like there's lots of truffles on the market, but we get the duck's nuts, you know. So
you didn't consider calling it the duck's nuts?
I should have in hindsight. But no, well the first day that I went to that farm where the truffles are, it was all misty. You couldn't even see the road. So we thought, oh, that's a pretty good name. We'll stick with that.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it was good. Super nice people too that make it. That was their idea actually. It wasn't mine.
Right.
So we were up there.
We have to pay them royalties now. Shush.
Yeah, that's all right. We look after them. But no, we were up. They actually came and saw me at the local markets, and we're like, "Oh, we make truffles. Would you like to do something?" And we're like, "Okay." So they gave us like piece, like that 5-cent piece size, and so there's about $50 worth of truffle. I'm like, oh god! And thought we'll make a truffle vodka, right? And that's what we thought we'll do. Truffle vodka. Why not? We had vodka, and it was horrible.
Shit.
It seriously, like we made about 50 bottles, and I think we sold about 2. Like it was just, it just did not work by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So
then you add in the rock salt, Szechuan black pepper.
Yeah.
It's sounding quite special.
It's pretty good. So we actually had some chefs help us out. So we had some chefs who specialised in truffle dishes and just sort of said, look, this is what we've got. This is what we want. How do we, get to that spot? And so the following year, we went back up to the truffle farm. We picked the truffles with them, all that sort of stuff. And, the dogs did it. We just drank wine. But, of course. And then we just went
supervising.
100%. And then we just went down to 5 or 6 different recipes and tried each one and nailed it. So, and it's been, it's very different. Like like some people don't like it at all.
Is that because they don't like truffle and they don't like the earthiness of the truffle, or is it
exactly
right? Yeah.
So
it seems to be a take it or leave it thing. Some people love truffle, some people hate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same with gin. Some people love gin, some people hate it. So. Yeah. Right. So we just then we were just playing around with colours and stuff, and we thought, we found this really good way of making it black. It's all natural, so we just went, yep, cool.
Right.
So
So the black isn't a result of the truffle.
No, it's not. No, but we thought along the lines of it's the black truffle, so we thought we make it go black, and then when you add tonic, it goes blue. So it's pretty cool. So it's quite nice, and it's not a strong, like overly strong truffle flavour. So I think when the Hyatt in Canberra had it was one of their signature cocktails, and they were doing French champagne and a shot of truffle in the bottom, and it was just mind blowing because the bubbles and I can't afford French champagne, but that's all right. It was it was nice.
Close your eyes and pretend.
Passion pop.
A little bit of spumante in there. Wouldn't that work well?
Yeah. But no, honestly, it's a really crazy good product, and we had, year before last, we had some people flying from Singapore specifically to pick it up.
Oh wow,
so,
really?
From the truffle farm, they wanted a crate, so or 6 bottles, whatever it was. So that was pretty exciting. So they bought it the year before. I loved it. So it's good. With every year we've resold to probably half the people from the year before.
Yeah, right.
So, so.
And is there a difference in the truffles each year? Do you notice?
Yeah, this year they're a little bit different because all the rain that they've been having. Because they mature when the first frost hits. Yeah. So they the frost was quite late this year, I think, and then they had that quite heavy snowfall. But before that, they had a little rain. So I think they're a lot bigger than normal.
Oh right. Okay.
So, so when you have a steak, like if you have a really good like Wagyu or something, it's got lots of veins and stuff. Not veins, lots of marbling in it. That's right. The truffles are the same. Yeah, the truffles will get really good marbling in them when they're really like high quality. So it's
And how many truffles do you use in a batch?
We're doing about just under 1 kilo this time.
Wow.
So we should get about
$3,000 a kilo.
Yeah, and we might get about 300 bottles this batch. So we're doing a bigger batch this year. Yeah. So we'll see.
No wonder it's $150 gin.
Yeah. But it's worth it. I guarantee it. I can't wait. I'm pumped. We're trying a little bit today, having a little nose of it. So we'll start bottling it on Monday. And
I saw that it ships out from the 18th.
Yeah. So we're just bottling it on Monday and going to start shipping it straight away. So pretty excited because it's one of those things, come across it by accident and never really planned for it, but it was a good experiment. Yeah. And it was when it's like everything, like this whole us three. It's just come across everyone. Yeah. So
that's amazing. So are there, given the success of it, do you think it will be an ongoing release where possible?
100%. Yeah. Like honestly, the people that we do with Richard Barbara down at Truffle Farm are like two of the nicest people I've ever met. And it's a really nice relationship. So it's something that we would like to just keep doing with them. And like they sell some of it at their cell door too, which is good.
Yeah, right.
So we do it with them. So it's a bit of a collab, and it's just a nice thing to do every year. And it's, I like it. We like experimenting a lot, but it's always going to be there. And because we're only making a small batch once a year, it's not a huge workload, so to speak. So now that we know, yeah. So we're just it's exciting. We've got lots of other exciting things happening, but that's one of the, between the Victor and that, they're probably the two biggest, legacies I've had so far. So
yeah, right. So what else? What other exciting things are coming up? You can't let slip. You can't say that there's exciting things and then not say what they are.
Can't I? Because I can leave people hanging.
You could leave people hanging.
Yeah. So we've just
it's just us though. No one else is watching. So
no, not at all. No, it's just us.
There's no one watching.
You're not supposed to remind me of that. Now I'm nervous. So as I said, we're moving into our new premises, which is exciting. So we've got a brand new brew house arriving next Monday. So we've got we're moving into beer production as well.
To be totally honest, I didn't think there was anything wrong with the old one when I saw it online.
No, there's well, that's our newer old one. So our old one we've still got it. We're still the original, the OG. We've still got our first still that looked like the Mr. Swiggle rocket ship. So, it does. It's a little tiny 150 litre crab pot that we made into a still.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I've still got it. We're still using it. But yeah, it's the new brew house's 1,000. It's a 6-vessel brewery, but 3 of the brew tanks have still heads on them. Okay. So it's a hybrid system. So you can switch a valve and it goes from distilling one day to brewing the next. So we can. Okay. I designed it all myself. So it's taken a few years.
Yep.
But it's just maximum usage for minimum footprint.
And so what's your plan with that?
Yeah. Sorry, what was that, Luke?
So what's your plan with that? So you're going to be producing a range of beers as well as your range of spirits?
Yeah, so the main purpose of buying a brewery is to make more whiskey.
Yep.
That's always been the goal. The beer's more of the income stream, and we like beer, so it's all right.
Help.
But it's all right. Like at the moment, we can make sort of 1 barrel a week on our current setup. New setup, we can do 20 to 30 barrels a week.
Oh wow, so, that's a huge step up.
Yeah. We're not going to be able to do that straight away because obviously it costs money to make barrels. But it gives us that room to grow into. Yeah. So it's exciting, and then it's just it landed on the docks yesterday. So I've been waiting nervously with this massive East Coast low that we've had, hoping it didn't fall off the ship. I was freaking out.
End up on Nobby's Beach again?
No, another Pasha Volca 2.0.
I don't want my distillery.
Yeah, no. At least I could just go and get it then. Just wait out and pull it in.
That's it. Just wait out there. Knock on the door.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's no, but I think we're pretty happy. We've got 36 products in our range now, so we don't really want to add any more products. We just want
to a really big catalogue of product.
Yeah. It's just sort of showing people that we can do it.
And are all the house party? Are they inspired by Newcastle youth?
Yeah, it's you might remember an old show on the on TV from the 90s about the old house party, but bit of flat tops and stuff. But no, look, in all honesty, for us, it's one of those customer demand products. Like we get a lot of customers asking us at markets. We do markets every weekend, pretty much asking if we have flavored vodkas, glitter, flavored vodkas. So we just went, okay, well, the people want it, so we'll make it.
Oh, which one has glitter?
All the flavored vodkas do if you want them to. Oh. So it's a customer's choice.
Right.
Yeah.
Glitter add-on.
Yeah. I got to do something pretty because I have to look at my head every morning and it's just like that.
Oh, you're gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
So, given that you've got this extensive range, are there new things that you want to achieve in the catalogue of product? It's not there yet.
Just more refining on the whiskey side of it. So we want to just really just pump our whiskey. We're happy with the range of products we've got. So we might throw the occasional seasonal gin or something in random, thing, but mostly we just want to focus on ramping up whiskey production and rum. We want to do whiskey, like rum as well, but mostly just the whiskey production. Maybe do a couple of different expressions, a couple of experiments and styles and stuff like that. But yeah, it's sort of, I think we're at the point now where we've grown to where we want to grow when it comes to development. But now we just have to focus on growth. So pushing hard to pay the bills.
Well, with 4 locations,
I'm paying rent.
You certainly spread a lot thinner than almost anyone else that we've spoken to.
Yeah, it's good and bad. Like it's I can see the picture in my head of what's happening. I know maybe that's like one side of my head telling me one thing and one side telling me something different. But yeah, it's definitely a struggle, and obviously COVID and everything has put a massive effect on that.
How did you deal with lockdowns with the different locations?
Well, I didn't do lockdown. I just worked every day, making hand sanitizer at one stage.
Everybody did. Do you still have any left?
No, yeah, we a little bit. We budgeted pretty good when it comes to production, so we were doing week by week, so we didn't really have excess.
Yeah, right.
We got a bit, but nothing. A few hundred liters, but we just mostly use that ourselves.
Yeah, you get through it.
But yeah, it's a hard struggle. Anyone that sort of comes into this game thinks it's easy is living in a fantasy land. That's for sure. And there's a lot of people, especially there's a lot of new distilleries starting up. People are like, oh, you're just going to throw a bucket load of money at it. Well, sorry to disappoint. It's going to be pretty. Yeah. So a lot of hard work involved. A lot of luck, a bit of luck too. Sometimes we've had a bit of bad luck, but COVID's definitely been the biggest hurdle for us. But I think that's been the hurdle for everyone, not just us.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone has a COVID story.
100%. I've had a family member lose their business completely, so I understand. It's not just it is what it is. So we just have to move forward. We got some. Yeah, I'm really excited about what's happening. It's been hard, but I've got a beautiful partner and two wonderful kids, and business is doing. My staff now are just brilliant. I've had a lot of staff dramas, but I've got a dozen full-time staff now.
A dozen staff, wow.
Yeah, but they're all brilliant. Like I'm just at the moment, touch wood. I have absolutely wonderful staff, super passionate, understand what I'm trying to do. So, which is nice.
Helping to share the dream, that's always good. Now,
yeah, absolutely.
Question from Dave and Carolyn. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Sitting down there at Tasmania with you, Dave, having a whiskey at Cradle Mountain.
Well, they're hoping for a catch-up.
Yeah. So, honestly, I'm pretty satisfied where I am now with it when it comes to like locations. For us, it's about growth. But focusing on customer service. Obviously, we've got. I won't say there's a few things we've got planned for the next year or two, but I won't say what they are. Obviously, unfortunately, but they're pretty big. But it sort of revolves around what we're doing now. Like, so it's not anything new. It's sort of more just locking down what we're doing. So.
And what does that growth look like? Is that just more production? And greater volume, or are there other elements to that growth?
So we've had the last 3 years, we've had doubled growth. We've doubled our sales each year for the last 3 years, and we've also doubled our stock on hand and assets every year for the last 3 years. So while we haven't made any money yet, we've been reinvesting it all, and we're just going to keep doing that for a while. So obviously, we saw we had the crowdfunding. We did that crowdfunding through Birchall, and that was good. It was good. We got 700 new family members.
Yeah, right.
So to speak. But you know what family members are like.
Of course.
Not everyone's happy all the time.
So that's actually an interesting thing as well. The crowdfunding approach. Every day I seem to be getting an email about another crowdfunded distillery or brewery or something or other. How did you find that? Why did you go down that route? And what do you wish you knew? Do you wish you knew before you started?
Yes. Yeah. Look, in all honesty, if it was an option for me to just go out and get a massive bank loan, I probably would have just done that. With brutal honesty, but that wasn't an option, not for the growth that we were pushing for, and essentially it was either crowdfund with 700 people or find one big business partner to partner up with. the only problem with that is one big business partner demands a lot more control.
Yeah.
In your company, and I was not prepared to do that. So, like, obviously, it's my vision, my business, my product, but I want it to be the best for everyone. So I want everyone. Whereas I think the crowdfunding was definitely the best option for us, but it's been really hard work. Like it's been a year and a half ago we started the ball rolling. November last year we finalised it, and then since then we've been managing it. Trying to do the right thing.
It's not just all right. We're gonna open up, give us your money, and go from there, or what's actually involved from your end?
Yeah, so just think of it as feeding your family. So if every day, every month, you've got to update everyone what's going on. You've got to
So it's a lot of engagement.
100%, yeah. And look, the last few months I've been a bit not slack, but a little bit overwhelmed by it all.
Yep.
To be honest, like it's been a really difficult journey the last few months with everything going on with weather and COVID and all that sort of stuff, staff changes. But now that we've literally just hired someone specifically to manage that.
Oh wow!
So they're only doing 1 day a week, but it's their job is to manage all our shareholders. And I think I know there's at least one or two of our shareholders on this group on this chat at the moment who would probably agree that it's got better. But it's been hard. It's been very difficult. It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure.
Yeah, right.
So I like it's definitely like from a percentage perspective, it was definitely the right choice for us. But it's definitely not the right choice for everyone. Because it's hard work, and you're not going to please everyone.
So it's hard work in keeping in contact with everyone and making sure that everyone knows what's happening, or because it's not is it an actual stake in the business, or is it a sort of a symbolic stake? It's an actual stake in the business, right?
Yeah. So that's just it's just like owning shares on the share market, except it's a private company. So
because some of them are not, like, you don't have any voting rights or anything involved in the actual business. You're a symbolic investor.
Yeah. So look, the shareholders can have a vote on it for sure. But at the end of the day, I'm a majority shareholder, so it is what it is. But I do listen to everyone. Like, there's a lot of people in our, and there's a lot of positives to it too. So, for example, a lot of our shareholders have really good industry experience. Right. So there's people that own pubs, own bottle shops, have worked in bottle shops, hospitality, and I get such good advice from people. Like when I want it. But everyone's really. I know one of our guys is a town planner. There's other guys that are working in the whiskey industry. It's good. It's a lot of positives. But then there's also the positives of when we have our venues. Like if we, want to do a promotion, we can promote straight to 700 people.
Yeah.
Who have an interest in our business, who are then going to tell their friends and family and.
Yeah.
So it's for us, it's been a positive experience.
And the money helps as well.
Well, because let me buy all this equipment that I probably wouldn't have been able to get for another 2 years.
Yeah, right.
So I would have got it eventually, but it would have been 2 years from now instead of now.
Yep.
And then in 2 years from now, we're going to have 200 or 300 more barrels than we would have had without it. So which is exciting.
And that certainly helps with your volume and your growth. Absolutely. Yeah,
100%. So I'm glad we did it. It was a hard slog. It took a long time, and it's still hard, but it's definitely worth it. So
yeah, right. And what's the most surprising thing that's come out of that experience for you?
How much everything's gone up in cost when we first budgeted for it. Probably. No, but there's a lot of positives. So, there's like everything. Out of every 100 people, we might get one negative person that whinges and bitches and moans about this, that, and the other. But then we get like 50 people sending us these awesome messages of support or emails or saying, you're doing really well at this, and just that positive motivation, because, I'm not here for the quick buck. I'm here to make a business grow and give to my kids one day. So it's just like, it's all about, it is about making money at the end of the day. We're stupid otherwise. But, we're not about just making millions and selling out the first person that comes along. So,
yeah.
So you won't do that when Diageo knocks on your door and...
Look, don't get me wrong. It is, okay. Someone asked me this question yesterday who used to work for one of the big 2 beer companies. And he's like, would you ever sell your business? And my answer is no, unless the number had a shit ton of zeros on the end of it. So, because I'd be, at the end of the day, I have shareholders. So I have to do what's in the best interest of shareholders as well, not just myself.
Yeah.
So, but you look at say, Stone and Wood is an example of someone that's sold recently. I know it's in the beer industry, but I think it was like in excess of $500 million.
That's a lot of zeros.
I love whiskey, but if someone comes and says to me, you want $500 million, it's going to be an interest, because then I can go and buy an island and make whiskey on the island.
Yeah, for yourself and only for yourself. And
100%.
You could make $500 million.
Yeah. That's probably what I'd do, honestly. I'd probably reinvest it and make more. But somewhere else.
So you honestly can't just sit still.
No.
Got to be
doing something. That's why I moved 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. 4 weeks, Todd. 4 weeks.
4 weeks, all right.
Yeah, need a break in the middle. Look, I just love this industry. It's great. It's full of great people. It's just it's hard work, and anyone that says it's not hard work is kidding themselves. Like, I look dolled up at the moment, but you should have seen me earlier. It's like I've been dragged up the driveway. The missus has dragged me up the driveway with my hair and everything. So
let's just talk about your missus for a little bit, because she's going to hate it.
She's sitting there going, nah. She's like, nah, please, nah. Oh, classic.
Because from what I've seen, with pretty well every distiller that we've spoken to, is behind every good distiller is an even better wife or partner who is your quality control, your reality check, reality manager.
Yes.
In my case, it's a reality check manager. Crafty's got Mrs. Crafty, who definitely keeps them in line.
Yeah. That's definitely the case. That's definitely the case here, for sure. European woman, very opinionated. Calls a spade. Tells me I'm a dickhead when I'm a dickhead. But she's honestly wonderful. And as I said to you guys before we
By the way, you're allowed to flip him around the ears if he says something wrong.
Oh, she would. Don't worry about it. No, she's wonderful. So honestly, finding a wonderful partner is a huge part of success. And I've noticed in the last 6-8 months, whatever it's been, 6 months actually. 6 months today. That we
look at you remembering dates.
Yeah, I know. Hey, it's
crazy.
Impressive. Hint.
That's impressive.
Trying to embarrass her. But it's honestly, she's been a really wonderful experience, and it's like, I guess it's like when you come into a business with a business partner. If you have a business partner, then you're generally who's positive experience, you're gonna have a better time. Because if someone's draining mentally and physically, it's going to be, a lot more difficult. But it's been a good thing, very good thing. And she loves and knows more about whiskey than I do. So she's been to more distilleries than I have, including those in Scotland and Germany and Tasmania and everywhere. So it's she's leading me on a journey of discovery, which is good. So,
and she's the designer of all your labels.
Well, she will be of our house party and all of our future stuff. Exactly. So
you're right.
But it's funny. We were talking to her friends yesterday who were living on a yacht over in Sweden at the moment, and we were video chatting them last night. And they're going to Scotland for winter. And we said, well, that might be a necessary reason for us to attend Scotland to meet with them.
Yeah. Well, it's an R&D trip.
100%. But I've never been, so it'd be a great experience. So
I've never been to Scotland either. I would love to go.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a chat with Rachel McNeil from the Islay Whiskey Academy.
Yes. Okay. Nice.
So we could hook you up there. She knows everyone in Islay. So definitely the best person to. She can get you in all those doors.
Yeah, we'll be staying on a yacht in the middle of winter, so that should be interesting.
But
we're going down to. I'm looking forward to going to Tassie next week. So next Thursday we're going to Tassie for a week. Again, I've never been, so as a distiller, it's sort of our local mecca, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about meeting a few people. Like David and Carolyn there. We haven't actually met them before. Spoken to them plenty of times. Jeff down there as well, and there's a few other distilleries we want to catch up with, and we just also need a holiday. I haven't had a holiday for nearly 10 years, so for me it's a bit of a break from work and kids, but also having a good time. So anyone wants to comment on where they reckon we should go, let us know. We've got
I missed out on going to see Peter Bignell.
Yeah,
Belgrove. I missed out. I was there when he wasn't at the distillery. I'm so sad that I didn't get to meet the mad scientist himself.
Yeah, I saw he's going to Brisbane. He's going to Brisbane next weekend. So
I saw something. I saw that.
Yeah.
So we definitely plan on hopefully meeting Pete, because I've spoken to Pete plenty of times and on the phone. And look, again, that's why I love this industry. You got people like him, like Todd and Crafty. I've spoken to heaps of times. The guys from Karu, Dobson's, heaps of people. Manly, Reg, I know Reg obviously, from the old Ironbark days. So there's a lot of
legends.
It's just a good industry, man. Like everyone helps each other out, and there's a few dickheads. Sorry to say that, but there is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Every industry has them.
There's one or two I could name, but I won't. Who I can't stand.
We'll go offline and you can name and shame them offline.
But no, look, overall, it's a great industry, and who wouldn't love it? Because we get to drink whiskey and rum and gin. And actually, one more thing. So this is a little bottle of port. Oh, hang on, where are we? That way.
No. Yeah.
So
vintage fortified. Yep.
Yeah. So what it is local inner city winemakers. They make. One guy makes wines each year, and he hit us up a few years ago and said during COVID and said I got all those extra grapes. Can we do something with them? So we fermented them again, and distilled it, and we've made brandy. But then he uses all the base for his fortified. So it's a sick little collab, and it's probably one of the best ports I've ever had. I love port, but that blows my mind. He's such a good winemaker. So
I've got a 50-litre barrel of port just down here.
Nice.
That I haven't touched in quite a while. I'm not sure how good it is. 50 litres, so
it'll be awesome.
There's one you gave me a little tipple from, or
yeah, that one.
Oh, that was
sick.
It was a while ago. It was quite nice at the time.
Yeah. So another just quick thing. So I just remembered when we're talking about port. So the Victor Hingston. So when my pop died, he had a bottle of Seppeltsfield, it was like a 20-year-old port on his shelf. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I know from their website which one it is. But he'd had that there for over 20 years. It was over 40 years old, and he wouldn't let anyone touch it. So what do you think we did when he passed away? The first night we were at his house,
that open.
Cracked the port, and I've been in love with port ever since. So as soon as I saw it, I remember that Seppeltsfield, never heard of it before. And so when I got the opportunity to get our barrels from there, I'm like, yeah, that's sick. So I'm like, full circle sort of thing.
Yeah. But is there anything left of that initial bottle, or is that well gone?
It was well gone about an hour into it. I think between the back 6 months. I know he paid a lot of money for it, but he would have loved it. He would have been happy for us to drink it. So,
well, at least it didn't go to waste. So.
Yeah. So, but that's always had that little mindset of like, oh, port, Sippersfield, whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what else are you going to be doing with with those grapes then?
We're just going to keep. So we're going to keep doing brandy each year with brandy and port with Rob from the winemakers. So we've got a brand 100-litre barrel sitting there waiting to release after Christmas. So we're going to a little bit of brandy there, which is quite nice.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll just see. We've got a few little experiments and stuff. Like we got 40,000 litres of wine in our warehouse at the moment that we are distilling down in. We got it for free from the wineries because it's all smoke taint, and they couldn't do anything with it. So we use and we've just been experimenting making gin out of that. See what it's like.
I know Phil from Mobius. He's been doing a lot with grape spirit, and it's in a gin. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so we've got mixed results so far. Still a lot of experimenting to go, but we're also still stripping 40,000 litres of wine. So it's going to take us a while.
Yeah, that's a long-term project, that one. Most
we've got 3 stills, but they're not that big.
How do you store 40,000 litres? So you've got an IBC is 1,000.
Yeah. So
is 1,000 litres.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just taking up a lot of room in our warehouse. But it is what it is. So.
And how much have you gotten through?
We've knocked about 10,000 off so far.
Shit.
So we've got about 40,000 left. So. No, I think it's only about 25, 30 now. I think we started with 40.
Only.
Only. Yeah. And some of it's in bottles too. So they actually bottled some of it. So we have to cork it and pour it in and
Oh, wow.
So I think we've got 20 IVCs and the rest is in bottles.
Shit.
So it's pretty labour intensive.
That's what interns are for.
That's what I said about good staff, mate. Yeah.
It was like
one for them, one for the drum. One for them, one for the drum.
Crafty was given a pellet of water in 5-litre bottles.
What was that? Sorry.
Crafty was given a pellet of water in 5-litre bottles, and it was an apprentice's job to fill the still.
So your job.
It was a pain in the backside, I can tell you.
Oh, it would have been.
How long did that take?
Quite some time. It was a very long night. By the time I got the still filled,
to
heat it up, it was awful.
We're gonna have to talk about how that came about because that's just
it was a special deal. One of these. It was a good idea.
I was going to say something and then I laughed at the same time. made me laugh and choke.
The worst thing is that we had the toll helicopter fly over the distillery a couple of months later, and those little plastic bottles in the downwash.
They're like lanterns all around the pub now, are they?
Yeah, it took us a while to pick them up, I can tell you.
Well, I still haven't come out there yet. I really want to come out and visit you guys, but I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to get away, obviously with COVID and it's been a bit of a mish. But we're going to start doing a few more road trips now, aren't we? Yeah, so we're going to start traveling.
Likewise, it'd be good to get up and see you guys up there, but now you've got this. Dangling this carrot of something pretty cool to see. We'll have to wait until it's installed and then.
Yeah, well, look, it's arriving next week, so you can come up and have a sticky beak. But it's going to be
a cardboard box. Honestly, working.
Yeah, true. It's but yeah, we're going to have the property next door is going to have 26 shipping containers all stacked all around with a bar and stuff in it. So it's going to be pretty cool. Yeah.
26 shipping containers stacked around the. Explain that.
We've got a building with a distillery in it, and then next door we've got an empty block of land,
right,
where the house burnt down next door. So we're we're putting like a beer garden with all shipping containers around the outside of it, but they're going to be like double stacked, so we can have like an upstairs area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can't build a building there. So we thought, well, next best thing is we can put a temporary building on there.
So to me, that just sounds like the most awesome way to deal with the zombie apocalypse.
Mm-hmm. One gate at the front, full access to a distillery, so we can make flamethrowers and Molotov cocktails and stuff. And
I mean, a burning zombie is still a dangerous zombie, but at least it's good to look at.
Yeah, exactly. So from the top row with the bow.
Yeah.
Get the crossbow out.
Oh boy,
I'm all up for that. Yeah,
I know where I'm coming when the zombie apocalypse hits.
That was definitely my plan.
In all honesty, was that part of your mindset when you were thinking about doing a barrier wall out of shipping containers? Did you think zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, well, those ads keep popping up on Facebook all the time for those video games with zombies in it. So it's sort of like in the back of my mind, like Captain Holt putting something in Peralta's head on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like it's just like with his watch. Remember that? Where he's talking about his watch all the time? Yeah. So those stupid ads actually work, but not in the way that they wanted them to.
You didn't buy the game. You didn't invest the money. No. But you now have your own zombie barricade. That's brilliant.
We will. Yeah.
I actually think about that whenever I move house. It's like, what is the zombie defensibility here?
Yeah.
It does actually enter my mind, and I think where I am now, I think I'm all right.
So don't they say women and children first? Is that what you like push them? Oops.
Yeah.
They'll defend you.
They've got younger, sweeter blood. So
yes. Oh, yeah, William. So William's put a comment on here about zombies at Market Town. He is not kidding himself. My God, that is like Bogan Junkie Central Market Town. Holy shit.
Are you gonna open up a cellar door there then?
No. Yeah. No, it's we'll stay clear of Market Town and zombies, hopefully.
I think this is actually the first time that zombies have actually come into the podcast, so I think it's a good opportunity personally.
Well, Crafty's obviously like a bit of a zombie tonight because he's not here, mentally. Anyway,
he needs to make a cameo appearance, by the way.
Yeah.
Have you received a message from him? Do we know whether he's stopped midway or is he driving all the way through?
No idea. I don't know if he's online listening to us. If he is, pull over to the side of the road and send us a message.
Classic. Who else we got? So we got Corey. G'day, Corey. William. Yeah, William's a legend. Andrew from Prestige is a bit dodgy, but nah.
I mean, take what you can get.
I was thinking more. Just in case we forgot what he looked like.
I thought it was a zombie for a minute then. Oh my God. Classic. You guys are gold.
He's got it. Yeah, he's a bit like Colgate. He gets in.
There you go. Yeah,
such a dad joke. Such a dad joke.
So, what can we expect from you in the next? What's the next new thing that you're allowed to tell us about?
We might have to say that
confer with the boss if you need to.
Yeah, we might have to say that for the next shoot in the shit. I think.
Yeah, right.
Because there's a few big things happening, but some of them are patent pending and.
All right, fair enough.
And well, not literally, because then Crafty would just find out about it with patents anyway. He seems to find them pretty well. So, look, honestly, the next 6 months are going to be just us getting everything built and set up, and probably longer than 6 months to be honest. But
to get the new gear all set up and
we'll get the gear set up first, and then focus on the site next door once everything's up and running.
Yep.
So we've got the plan. It's going to take a long time to get the other site through council. So because councils are great. So look, honestly, the next 6 months will be pretty much, yeah. So next 6 months are going to be me posting a lot of photos on my Facebook about building stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then my staff having stresses because I'm not there because I'm too busy building stuff.
Well, if they're that good, they should be able to cope without you.
No, they are great. They are great. And then hopefully after that 6 months, we'll see what happens. But we're here for the long haul, so not going nowhere. But definitely want to start having more, more visits from industry. Going visiting more industry. Just getting out there and enjoying it a bit. Because as I said, I've been doing this for nearly 9 years now, and it's 8 years, sorry, but it's been very mentally draining. So I'm finally coming out that other side now, and I just want to start enjoying it a bit. So yeah. Newick Council's the best. No, they're wonderful people. If they're listening, they are wonderful people.
Love them all.
Yes,
they can all come in for a drink on the house.
They're all welcome. All the councillors, the mayor, everyone. They can all come in for a beer and a whiskey.
So, which markets are you at every weekend?
So we do homegrown markets in Newcastle, mostly all for the Newcastle markets. So Spears Point, Warners Bay, a few others around. It depends. They're all different. They vary from week to week. But we just put everything.
You don't like moving around a lot, do you?
No. We put everything on our socials. So yeah, we jump on. We jump on there and just go. It's weather dependent and things like that too. Staff, etc. So events. If we've got events on, things like that. So.
And you're not doing Whiskey Live?
No, not at the moment, unfortunately. So going to Tassie, got the new stuff coming in. Don't really have time to scratch myself. So
Todd and I will be wandering around Whiskey Live this weekend.
Yes, nice.
Anyone else is there? Come and say hi.
Yeah, love to meet make sure you do. And run off with Crafty's hat if he's still wearing it. Grab it and run.
He won't be there.
He won't be there. It's just the two of us.
He's not coming.
Okay.
So what I'll be doing, I need to actually, leave the camera for a second. Just talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves, crickets.
Hey, Todd.
So I'm going to be... Oh, fuck. Something, I'm not sure what. I'm going to be running around with a whole heap of... Jesus, that
pigeon
blows out, doesn't it? How do I fix that?
Angle it.
Angle it. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that works. Well done.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Coasters.
Fix the exposure. I want to get it right up.
Oh, yeah, nice.
That works.
Better.
There
Shooting
we go.
the shit. Yeah, cool.
Shooting the shit.
Nice.
Can you tell who's who?
There's the angry Mexican again. Bloody hell.
Angry Mexican. God. Good images. I like them.
So we'll be running around Whiskey Live.
Yeah.
Basically just frisbeeing these at anybody that comes past us.
Yeah.
I've got about 4,000 of them. So that should be... We should be saturated, I think. We'll saturate.
Just make sure you put Crafty's private non-business number on the back.
That's the only number he's got. He couldn't handle having two numbers. He'd lose his mind.
Yeah.
So definitely we'll be wandering around Whiskey Live.
He's the only person I know that's got 4,000 unread emails on his phone.
Not to mention text messages and Facebook messages and.
Love the guy. Love you, Crafty.
Love you, Crafty.
Good and Crafty. They're a good egg. But definitely have fun. Like it's gonna be good. I'd love to go, but I've got my kids this weekend. It makes it a bit difficult. So
just leave them in the car.
Again. But yeah, it's gonna be you goose. That'll be good. No, we're definitely. When's the next one? Do you know? Do they have them in Melbourne soon?
Yeah, they have them in Melbourne. I think the next one's Brisbane, actually, or is that Gin Palooza?
Yeah, okay. No,
Gin Palooza.
Have to keep an eye out.
On the place.
I will get there one day. I promise. I will get there one day.
We'll go together.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds
I'll
good.
imagine that. It's bad enough when it's just the two of us.
Loose. Well, thank you very much for joining us on such late notice.
Thank you for having me.
And even also a special thank you to your lovely partner who has allowed you to spend the last hour and a bit with us rather than her on your one night off. So thank you.
She's had a couple of whiskeys, so she's happy.
She's good.
So,
excellent.
Primed at the moment. Yeah.
Primed.
No.
So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. It was really fun. I was pretty nervous about it all, but I'm like that with public stuff. So, but it's some pretty normal faces on this up here.
Oh.
That's
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Three guys talking over a dram, as I said.
Yeah.
It's all good. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
That's all right. Not a problem at all. Happy to have you. And William asks, what's the lineup for the next few weeks? Good fucking question.
I wish we knew.
Good question. That's probably the best question we've had all night. So initially at the start of the year, Crafty went fucking nuts and booked up the entire year. The entire year, all the way every fortnight, and even he scattered some in between there as well, all the way up to Christmas. And we're now mid-year and it's fallen apart.
Because people get busy. So
So
we appreciate that Lucas had a free night and was able to join us. So
indeed. So thank you very much for the late notice join in. In terms of what's coming up, damn good question. Let me bring up my calendar and just see what we have, what we're supposed to have. Whether that still happens or not, I'm not entirely sure. We've got our next one is actually meant to be Dan Woolley, Highwayman. So hopefully we can get him on. That would be awesome. After that, who have we got? I can't even see. Let's go week. Okay, so we've got Dan Woolley is meant to be our next one. Then we've got New Zealand Whiskey Co coming up. Greg Ramsey, Adams Distillery, Edge of the World, and Kaiki Moon. Kaukai Moon,
they're pretty good. They make good gin.
So Rick and Kyle from there. So that sees us through. I mean, we're bloody mid-July now, if you could believe it. That sees us through to September. So hopefully all of those will still come through. But yeah, we'll be putting a bit of effort into locking down the schedule for the next couple of months. I don't think we'll go all the way through to Christmas.
And letting everyone know a little bit more than the day before.
Planning. Notice. Who needs that?
No.
Lucas didn't need that. You called him up today and got him on.
I was having a beer at the brewery. And then I'm like,
that's why you agreed. You were already half cut.
Yep.
So, all right, let me do the plugs for you. So we've got the website, newcastledistillingco.com.au.
Fantastic. Thank you.
I did get that right, didn't I? Yeah. So from there, you can obviously buy everything. It's all on the website, plus links to the socials, which you're very active on. I just used that website. Very easy process to order myself a bottle of the.
I was madly doing it while we're talking. So
there you go. 2 orders out of this podcast. Worth it.
That's it. Worth it.
Fantastic. And then followed by 5-star Google reviews. Just saying.
That's it.
Don't get too far ahead of you.
Hint, nudge, nudge. So
And you're lining up more people to chat with in Tassie next week.
Yeah, for sure. And Jeff just commented, I'll definitely talk to you, Jeff. We're coming to see you. So should be
brilliant. Good. So also, oh fuck, shit. You know what we've got to do, Todd?
No, we haven't forgotten yet, but we almost did.
Almost did. Yeah. I normally do this. Do you want to do this now?
You do it now.
Oh shit!
You can do it, or I can do it, or someone can do it.
So we've got sponsors that have been neglected.
We have people actually sponsor us to do this, which we are very appreciative of.
We are very appreciative of them. Half of them don't want to talk to you, but that's fine. Give them a call anyway. They'll love it. Actually, so we had on just recently Robbie from Barrel Brokers. I wasn't in that episode, so
Robbie would really, really like to hear from you all.
If you need a barrel, call Robbie. Burns Welding Fabrication, of course, fantastic steel makers. They're fully booked still, I would imagine. But hey, look, get on the waiting list.
Logos.
Yeah. Youngie's over in Fiji at the moment or something, I think.
I know, doing some special project over there. It should be pretty cool.
Yeah. Would take places, doesn't
it? Just shooting darts at the board, I'd say it has something to do with rum.
Look, that's probably a good assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's over there. I love how he's over there, and the photo that he showed has him with his apron on. So he took his apron.
He takes his apron everywhere.
Everywhere. And he's wearing his apron in Fiji.
Yeah, he loves it. It's probably all he's wearing.
That's commitment. That's commitment. Yeah. It's like
there's an image.
Imagine it like a kilt.
Yeah.
I
don't want to. Sorry.
It's all in working order or something.
CCL Labels, of course, thank you very much for your support. Saber Glass, get your bottles, go to Saber Glass. Transwood, Master Coopers. Look, we've got some of the best Coopers in the world, and two of them sponsor us. So, I mean, what more can you say? And, of course, Wolgan Natural Spring Water, which is what all of Crafty's water comes from.
Yep.
Wolgan.
That's what we use to do everything.
Yeah.
Good water.
Nice.
Good water.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you all for listening. Thank you for joining us. Sorry that we've been a little bit sporadic. Absent. Sporadic is the wrong word. Absent for the last few weeks.
2 or 3 weeks.
You know, shit happens. Life and rain and whatever. And, we will be back. Hopefully, we'll have Dan Woolley on. We're going to have to tee that up. And, thank you again, Lucas, for joining us at last minute. It's been wonderful chatting with you. And I look forward to coming up to Newey. Now I actually have a reason to come to Newey.
Yeah.
Newcastle, not Newey.
What's wrong with Newey?
We don't say Newey. We say Newcastle. Newcastle.
Controversial.
Yes, it is. Trust me. Newcastle.
We have to do a road trip to Newcastle.
Thanks, Todd.
Yeah. All right. Do a road trip to Newcastle.
It's up there with Caper Tree, which people might get a bit pissed off about.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Cheers, everyone. Cool. Please like and subscribe. Follow all that usual YouTube and Facebook shit. Because, obviously it helps us. And, when it comes around to the Australian Whiskey Awards Personality of the Year, feel free to nominate the podcast. They can fit 3 of us on stage. That'd be fucking wicked, wouldn't it?
Would be good.
We're most influential. We're the most influential people in whiskey at the moment, I think.
Fingers crossed. Everyone else, of course, everyone else is on holidays. See.
Yeah, that's it. Well, they're all sleeping on the job. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Cheers.
great.
And
Thanks,
catch us all next time. Ciao.
Sounds good. Bye.